Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into an essential topic for anyone working with Spring Boot applications on how to secure your application properties using Jasypt encryption. Sensitive information like database credentials, API keys, or any other sensitive data should never be stored in plain text. In the video, I'll guide you step by step through integrating Jasypt with Spring Boot to encrypt and decrypt sensitive information easily. First off, what exactly is Jasypt? It stands for Java Simplified Encryption, and it's a library designed to make encryption easy in your Java applications. When integrated with Spring Boot, Jasypt can automatically decrypt your encrypted properties at runtime, adding an extra layer of security to your configuration files. So instead of having plain text passwords in your configuration files, you can encrypt them using Jasypt, and Spring Boot will handle the decryption process. So why is encryption critical or crucial, especially in production environments? In today's digital world, security breaches are all too common. If someone gains unauthorized access to your configuration files, they could potentially steal your database credentials, API keys, and other sensitive information. Encrypting these values ensures that if someone gets hold of files, they won't be able to read your sensitive data without the decryption key. This makes encryption a vital part of your application security strategy. Some of the benefits we derive for having Jasypt integrated with Spring Boot is first, it ensures that sensitive data remains confidential even if the configuration file is compromised. It also secures sensitive information in configuration files, and we are able to implement seamless decryption mechanism during application startup without changing the existing code base significantly. So next we'll go ahead and set up Jasypt in Spring Boot. Alright, so let's get started with the integration. So remember, we are building on an existing project that we started in our earlier video on Spring Boot configuration properties. The video is available on this channel. You can start off with it and then proceed with this tutorial. Also, if you're new to Spring Boot, follow the video on how to create the Spring Boot project. So the first thing we have to do is to add dependencies. So as you can see here, I have a Spring Boot project already created. This project is a Gradle, it uses Gradle to build. So I have my Gradle file here. I have my application properties, and I've created some custom properties so that it can map to my config properties here. And then I have, of course, my main application, and I have my order controller here for testing the controllers. So first I'll run this project so that you can see how it works. So when I run it, you click on run here. Alright, so the application has started. So I'm using Insomnia here to test the API. So if I run this, you'll be able to see that I'm able to get the application properties that are on this project. So the application properties are defined here. So first is we need to add the dependencies. First dependency we need to add is a Jasypt dependency. Okay, and to get dependencies, you can go to the Maven repository. Just search here Jasypt starter Spring Boot or Spring. So this is what you'll find. We can go to this. So depending on whether you're using Maven or Gradle. So if you're using Maven, pick the dependency here. So if you're using Gradle, this is what I'll pick. So I'll just copy this and I'll take it to our project here. So add it here. I'll also, so once you do this, you can refresh your Gradle dependencies. So I'll also stop the project from running for now. So once we've added the dependency, the application is now ready to encrypt and decrypt our sensitive information. So first thing I'll do is to go to our application properties. So I'll come here. We want to add sensitive one sensitive property here. So for example, I'll do order. Let's call it PayPal API key. So this is just an example. So in ideally before encryption, I can put a random key to be this. So this is our key, and if you notice, if I run our project with this, okay, before we run it, I think we need to update it in our properties. So I'll do this, and then I'll make sure that it is also validated. I'll say PayPal API key cannot be blank. So I'll call it PayPal API key. So this is our value. So I'll make sure I also come here as a value. This is our PayPal API key. So if we run the project, and you can see if we run this, we should be able to get our property. So you notice here it comes as it's already decrypted. So this is just for testing only. So before encryption, this is how it looks like. So notice that on production, these values, someone comes and accesses this, they might be able to see this plain text, and that is what we need to make sure that it is secure. Okay. So the next step for us is to encrypt this sensitive value, this one, so that we store it in this file while it is encrypted. And to do this, I'll show you two methods. One way is to use an encryption tool online. So we'll go to this website here, and it has capability to do Jasypt encryption. So for instance, I'll pick out plain text. So for example, we have this as our plain text. So you can pick that, come to this website, and say you want to encrypt this. You can also set that it is one-way encryption. You can set so we need to set a secret text. So we can set a key. So an example, so I'll put this encryption key. So this is our key, and then we press on encrypt. This is what we get here. So you'll get the encrypted password. So once you get this encrypted password, you can always come back here, then you store it. This is how you store it with that value. Okay. One other method to do that is using the Jasypt jar file. So using the Jasypt jar file, just come back to Maven, search for the Jasypt jar file here, look for it here. So once you find it, go to the latest version, which is 1.9.3 as at the time of creating this tutorial. So once you have this, download it. So you can go to this and download your jar file. You click on jar download, downloads. So once it downloads, so for me, I have it here, and then I'll go to the terminal so that I'm able to encrypt this. So when I go to the terminal, I'll open to the terminal on that folder, and I'll see that I have the jar file there. Once that is done, then I want to run my command there. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is, so this is a command you have to run, so I'll put it there so that you're able to paste it as well. So So we have our PayPal API key. So this is a command. So it's a Java command. This is the Java file, the Jasypt, and this is a class that has the encryption logic in that library. And this input field refers to what you want to encrypt, and the password is of course the encryption key. Algorithm refers to how complex you want the password to be, and for this case we've chosen this algorithm for encryption. So in terms of I'll also change what we need to encrypt, because so this is what we want to encrypt here. So I'll undo this. So what we want to encrypt is this. Come back to the terminal. That's what I put here. So that is the value we want to encrypt. Okay. So once you've done that, press enter, and you should be able to see that. So it tells you the password that has been used for encryption is this. You can create something complex, and this is the output, and this is the encrypted value. So I'll copy this and replace here. And we said we have to start with this and then close it with brackets and close like this. Okay, so coming back to our project, so we've added that. So this command will generate an encrypted string. So as you can see, after running that command here, so this one generates an encrypted string, and this is the string that we've gone ahead and put in our application.properties or application.yml file. So also remember that you also need to configure Jasypt with the encryption password so that it knows how to decrypt these values. So we'll need to add the encryption password to the properties file, and we can do that by just typing here jasypt.encryptor encryptor. So we can pick the property here, can say password. Okay, and we said we used, what did we use? We used this encryption key. So that is the password that we used. So that will be used by Jasypt to know how to decrypt the values. And Jasypt will be able to automatically do this, decrypt automatically. Now we can explore some other advanced configuration options that Jasypt offers. So you can customize the algorithm, encryption algorithm, the key obtention iterations, and also the salt generation. And this gives you more control over the security of the encrypted properties. So some of the properties we can add. So I'll just put a comment here and say advanced Jasypt configs. So one of them is we can specify the algorithm. So I'll do Jasypt. So the algorithm that we had used was what? This. So this is the algorithm that we had used in our command line. We can also update the iterations. So we can do Jasypt.encryptor. And we do the key obtention iterations. We can set to 1000. And we can also use the default salt generator. So we can see Jasypt. So we can update the salt generator. So this is a class name of what we are using to generate the salt. So this is also part of the Jasypt library, and this one you can use the random salt generator. Just pick this. So to just avoid typing, paste it there. So that is the class we will use. So these are some of the advanced and many more that you can check. So once we've done this, we can test out our integration. So the first thing how to test is we can stop the application and run it again. And let's try to run our request now. So initially we had 2 properties and we should be able to get the third one. So if we run this, so you can see this comes with some funny characters here. So I think we need to check on this. So let's go back to the code and see. So I think we missed out one thing. On order application, we need to add another property, and this is to enable encryption, encryptable properties. So once you add this, you should be able to get properly decoded properties. So let's run our project again and see. We get a better result here. Let's go back here. Alright, it seems we're still having a challenge. Let's see. So you'll notice that we still have these, we are still encountering this error. So to fix it, I'm gonna go back to our project. As part of the advanced properties, I'll add one more. So we'll add one more property that will help us to fix this. So we'll add an IV generator property. So this is what we'll add here. So I'll go ahead, stop our project, try to run it again. Yeah, let's test it out. Oh yeah. So you can see that we are now able to decrypt these properties despite it being stored in our application properties as encrypted, like this. So we've come to the end of the tutorial, and integrating Jasypt with Spring Boot is a very powerful way to enhance security of your application. By following the steps in this video, you can easily encrypt sensitive information and protect it from unauthorized access. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tech tutorials. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow developers, and subscribe for more tutorials on Spring Boot and other exciting topics. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.